What is your sexual superpower? Magical butterfly spirit here doing a tarot pick a card reading. Let's get started. All right, so the format for this reading is going to go as follows. I'm going to show you the cards for you to pick from. We're going to go into your guidance for the reading. We're going to do the tarot. We're going to do some oracle. And then at the last part of the reading, we're going to be doing some story dices for you and some charms. All right, so for pile number 1, we have Rock Climbing Marilyn. For pile number 2, we have Red Rose Marilyn. And for pile number 3, we have Lounge Vixen Marilyn. Go ahead and pick your pile in the timestamps, or if you'd like to watch the entire reading, you're welcome to do so as well. All right, let's get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, what I normally don't do is pull cards ahead of time. I like to shuffle on camera for various reasons, but because of the naughty bits, I decided to pull these cards ahead of time so I could censor them prior to doing this video. It just made more sense than trying to do it during editing. All right, so for your For your reading, we have Iset, Surrender. So we have here the number 44. Angel number 44 talks about angels watching over you. Goddess Iset is revered as a magical healer and sorceress, she of 10,000 names. You may know her as Isis, her Greek name, or Osset, Aset, or Wuset. Iset was worshipped in ancient Nubia, the Sudan region, Egypt, and beyond. Iset guidance. Let it all go. Say aloud now, I surrender. These words. Cast a spell. Breathe them in. Embodiment. Release control. Stop bounding around struggle. Hand the key to the divine. Allow spirit to carry you and fill in the gaps. You don't have to figure it all out. Goddess has your back. Have faith in where you are at this moment. And your Goddess declaration. Everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. We have the 7 of Pentacles. This is the 8 of Cups. No, I'm sorry. 8 of Wands. Aries Wands. 8. The King of Air. The 2 of Cups in reverse. And the 4 of Pentacles. Pile number 1, first off, you have a very strong connection to your roots chakra. You're highly grounded in your root chakra. I'm feeling a strong pull to my stomach and lower regions. That is not somewhere my chakras usually align, I'll be honest with you. So I know it's coming from you. I tend to be more of that head in the clouds but not grounded type of person. It's very interesting. You have this type of mystery about you, pile number 1, that allures men and or women. They're always wondering what you're doing behind closed door. You're also tapped in very strongly to your physical essence. I'm seeing and feeling like you know how to enjoy your body in a pleasurement region as a solo act. I'm trying to keep this as YouTube positive as possible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's someone who is actually a 9 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. I was pulling a card to get a more clearer energy on the 7 of Pentacles. Someone's keeping an eye on you for real. So 7 of Pentacles, I'm sorry, 9 of Pentacles usually talks about someone sneaky or internet or people use it in different ways, but basically it's someone that's kind of lurking. Then we have in this card someone literally lurking, watching you. But it's not in like a negative way. This is not that kind of reading. This is like someone or a group of people are always keeping an eye on you because you're just so darn sexy. Hell, number one, they can't keep their eyes on you. They're always watching you. If you have a Instagram, they're always watching your Instagram page to see what you post. I'm getting that energy of I'm innocent, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Yeah, try me if you want. And strong Scorpio energy does not mean that you have to be a Scorpio. I'm just feeling strong Scorpio energy, adventure energy. There is something about you, like your smile. They love your smile. They love the way you talk. They love the way you lure people in. I don't want to limit this to gender, but I'm feeling like if you're feminine attracted to men, even if you're not attracted to men, but I feel like men are attracted to you, um, like to the point where sometimes you suppress your sexuality so to keep yourself hidden at times, because there's times when you just don't want to be bothered. Be careful with that, because I'm also feeling like you could do it in a way where, because again, this is your superpower, right? So you could be your own villain where you push people far away. You also push yourself away. So, for example, if you learn that when you wear certain hairstyles, the, the opposite sex is attracted to you and is bringing attention that you don't particularly like, you may stop wearing that hairstyle. That does not benefit you because you're cute, you're that baddie, you know? But you do that in a way to kind of turn down the value of the attraction that you just naturally exude. Like your everyday life, you can't help it. You cannot help it. You just go about your life, climbing rocks, climbing mountains, and people are like, who's that guy? Who's that girl? It really does feel your superpower is also your nemesis. Your superpower, your sexual superpower, is that you naturally draw people into you. Like they are like, pal number one, feed me, take me, and you're sometimes that could be too much for you. Like you're more into communication, like mm, especially in the bedroom. And that's another one of your superpowers where you have the gift of gab. You definitely know how to turn it on verbally, or turn somebody else on verbally, is what I should say. But that also means in just everyday life, you draw people into you that you don't want. I'm getting this. I'm getting this energy of like, why am I so sexual? Like, why can I turn this down? I'm picking up Leo energy now. Like, why? Like, why all these goodies bring all the boys to the yard? And it's like it's unwanted attention for a lot of you, and that irks you. Your sexual superpower is also your nemesis, pal one. The way you draw people in, I don't want to say that you could have anybody, but you kind of can. Like it's just this same sex, opposite sex. Like people just are drawn to you, and you know it. Like it's like this when you're in this fun energy where you're controlling it. You're like hee 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 hee, but when you're like you don't like it, like you don't, if too much, then you kind of repel it. Kind of like girls going out, like having a girls' night, and they don't want to meet any guys that night. So any guy that comes up to them, they're like, "No, not tonight. I'm here with my girls." But it's like the more men you turn down, the more it keeps coming up to you asking you to buy you a drink because they want to be the one that wins you over. The fact that you push people away is also your superpower. You set up boundaries and that attracts people to you. And again, it relates to the bedroom because there's rules and regulations. Like, step one, I need you to do this. Step two, I need you to do that. And if you are not doing that, pile one, then everything else resonates with you. And you're not doing that, you should do that. Because that's definitely a power of yours that you need to tap into because it's just going to draw them in even more. Like the more dominating you are, gosh, the cross between Scorpio energy and Leo energy is so strong in this reading. I'm getting a little dabble of Virgo, but it's like a strong Scorpio and Leo energy. And I don't mean your sign, it could be your sign, but I'm talking about the energy itself, the characteristics of a Scorpio and a Leo with a little mix of Virgo. I think it's your Virgo that's pushing people away because you have this sense of control. So because, well, let me correct myself. It's the Virgo energy vibe that I'm picking up. That's the energy that I feel that wants to push people away because it's out of, you feel like it's out of your hand, it's out of your control. You want to be more in control of the situation. You don't want people to just kind of, you want people to be attracted to you, but you also want to dictate who is attracted to you. Doesn't work that way. Sorry. Pile one. And you dress a certain way to attract a certain group of people, and you still get cat calls or DMs or whatever from people you're trying to not get attention from. It's a very frustrating energy. And because I'm not Dr. Root, I don't have any advice for you. I don't know how you can't turn this off. What I can tell you is don't this you have to watch it yourself because if you fall into the dark side of something without a balance, you'll keep falling. Like people are so scared when they hear dark feminine, but it's not dark feminine energy that's bad. It's when it's only dark feminine energy. And then you have light feminine energy or divine feminine, depends on people use a different wording, but it's the same thing. Where if you're all in the light and you don't have any darkness, that too is an imbalance, you know? Because that means if something bad happens to you, you're not prepared for it. Whereas the dark feminine is like, let's go. I'm ready. I'm in my demon season already. Let's go. You know? So everybody needs that balance. We're not always 50% each. We're not always equally balanced. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But if you focus more on the negative side of your sexuality without that balance, then you won't be prepared for when people that you want to attract in your life to come in because you're constantly pushing people away. Then here comes this positive energy that you've been wanting, but you don't see it because you just assume they are like everybody else who are wanting you for your body or for your looks or for your money or whatever it is that you think in your mind that people are attracted to. It's you. It's not just one part of you. Everything about you exudes the sexuality that attracts people, like a pheromone. Like you know those perfume pheromones that's been going crazy on TikTok. Like that's you. You're a walking billboard for those perfume pheromones if they actually worked. You know. All right, so let's move on to your oracle cards, pile number one. I should get blah 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 blah. As I get your oracle cards ready, pile number one. Couple of things. I'm building a community here on YouTube, If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I ask because I will continue to post information, notifications, updates on videos, as well as tarot readings on my community posts on YouTube. And the best way to get those are by subscribing to my channel. And take it up a step further, if you'd like to be more interactive, get personal readings from me, as well as monthly gift boxes and other goodies as well, like behind the scene videos and extended videos, then join us on Patreon in my Patreon community. That link will be in the description. It's also magicalbutterflyspirit.com. What did I say about people possibly sneaking into your energy? Look at that. Gift that keeps on giving. Ooh, your cootie cat or your eggplant. It's in for the long haul, boy. Pile number 1. Another one of your superpowers is you're a lover and a giver. You're not selfish in the bedroom. You care about the people that you connect with on a physical level, on a physical sexual level. Merit making. Your your love making is the stuff of awards. You know, Capricorns are the sneaky, good time lovers of the zodiacs. Like, people don't really think of a Scorpio unless you know a Capricorn and been with a Capricorn. You wouldn't know how amazing they are in the bedroom because they don't show that side. And you definitely have this energy where you kind of do like a switcheroo, like, oh, everything's great, lovey-dovey, and then you pull out your demon side, and everybody's like, dang, she needs an award, or he needs an award. The best walk. And part of that is because you don't brag. You just do. I'm hearing gain followers. If you have an OF account, this might be why I'm picking up this, like, somebody keeping an eye on you. For somebody to hear. There's definitely somebody that I've been picking up in my readings that have a only period comma exclamation point fans account. I'm trying to space it out so YouTube doesn't get a flag or anything like that. And you've been following me for a while, and I'm picking up your energy right now. And your account is about be careful. I'm hearing going viral for the wrong reasons. Like, something that you post, maybe somebody's going to screen record it and post it online. It's going to go viral, and not in a good way. But I don't know how you're going to avoid that unless you're just very careful with your posts. Like, if you're not trying to have people know who you are, you hide your face, continue hiding your face. Don't slip up. You know, things like that. Or if you don't want people to know where you live, make sure you don't slip up and say the city and state. Things like that. Yeah. All right, let me move on to the oracles. Not the oracles, I just did the oracles. Story dice and charm. Let's see what we have for pile 1. Messages for pile 1. Not just regarding their sexual superpowers, but any messages from their spirits or collective as well. Got a little more. Right hand? Okay. Okay. Let's see what we have for pile 1. Looking like ISIS, doesn't it? Where's that card? There we go. Name headband. The what's called the ink. Coincidence? I think not. Pile number one. I think that's affirmation that your spiritual guide is here. All right. So pile number one, we have. I'm telling you, somebody is watching. You need to be careful. Going back to what I was saying about the person who has that OF account. This is a police hat. Be careful, whoever you are. Just mind what you post online. Stop running away, pile one, from your sexuality. Embrace it. Tap into it. Something's going to happen to you in May. You're highly my throat. You're highly protected by divine masculine. I have the initials SPHT. I'm also hearing the word hat. Again, going back to the police hat I saw. I'm also seeing the word fat. PHAT. And I just heard something that I haven't heard since like the 90s. Pretty hot and tempting. If you're a female, you got that fat. That fat. And if you're a man, you got that fat. You know, like you know. This is someone coughing, but it's actually for some reason, when I saw it just now, it looked like somebody coughing and spitting up, as in like a gush of and we have the number 7. So angel number 7, look that up, or I may or may not put the information on the screen, depends on how I feel while I'm editing. Also, they want you to we have two, well, this is not a crystal, this is a marble, but this is a crystal. They want you to look into crystal protection, crystal work, crystal magic. Pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. That's your reading. And now I'm going to move on to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. This is your reading. Before we get started, we're going to start with your guardian cards. Then we're going to move on to your tarot. Then we're going to do some story dice and charms. Who's watching over pile number 1? I'm sorry. Who's watching over pile number 2? Pile number 2. This is pile number 2 reading. Pile number 1, if you're still here, thank you for watching. You're welcome to stay. Pile number 2. All right. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Who y'all got watching over you? Everybody. All right. Archangel Christelle. Goddess Kuan Yin. My apologies. There's a very good chance I'm going to say these names wrong, so I apologize in advance. Saint Francis. Goddess Gaia. Tot. And Archangel Gabrielle. I'm not going to read from everybody for your reading. I'm just going to do one, and that one is Goddess Kuan Yin. A little smoky in here. All right, number 30, Goddess Kuan Yin. Here in the number 3, like a strong 3 energy, Trinity sign. I have this from Harry Potter. If you can see it, the invisible cloak, the wand, the powerful wand. I forgot the third thing that made up. Well, my brain, whenever I'm channeling or doing readings, my brain goes to mush. I know what this is, and as soon as the video ends, I'm going to forget. But anyway, I like to keep it because of the symbolism of it. Because it has 3 elements combined together to become the most powerful magical element. And I'm picking up 3 things for you. I wonder if that means there's 3 superpowers for you. Let's see. Goddess Kuan Yin is the Buddhist Vahista of compassion, originating from East Asia. She has been adopted by many. Let's start over. Kuan Yin is the Buddhist Vahista of compassion. So I have a ghost radar going on right now. And it's been silent this whole time. And it just said thank you when I said let's start over. Okay. Kuan Yin originated from East Asia. She has been adopted by many spiritual seekers and belief systems. Known as the Mother Mary of the East, she is the aspect of the Divine Mother and can be called upon whenever you require or desire motherly love, unconditional love, compassion, and kindness. It is said that after reaching enlightenment and on hearing the cries of humanity, instead of stepping through the gates of heavens, she could turn back and decide to stay and help. She is ready and waiting to answer your call. This has nothing to do with this reading in particular. This has to do with the energy I'm picking up for somebody that's watching. You're being guided. This is a channel message. You're being guided. I'm being guided to tell you that you are being watched over and cared for. That even though you think that people don't care about you, they truly do. I feel like crying, so I'm trying to like center myself while I'm tapping into your energy. The person watching in PAL 2. You are still needed on this planet. How you've been feeling and how you've been, the things that you've been wanting to do to end this cycle that you're going through, it's actually not going to end this cycle. It might end it on this plane, but it's something that will continue forward. The best way to get through it is to get through it. You will succeed. There are people who are here to help. You just need to reach out your hand and they will do so. I'm going to put the suicide hotline phone number in the description for you. Please call it. To the person watching PAL 2, take this seriously. Sometimes, even if it's just to vent, to find somebody to vent to, because when you hold everything in, at some point you're going to explode. I'm seeing someone who's self-medicating with alcohol. I love you. There's a person that needs to hear it. I love you. I feel like you don't hear it enough. I love you. I love you. Doesn't matter whether I know you or not. I love you. This is pure love coming from me to you, and I hope you feel it. And if it's too overwhelming, the energy you're feeling right now, it could be because you're not used to pure love. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Hang in there, okay? And stop self-medicating, I just heard. It's not the answer. All right. PAL 2. Everything after this seems frivolous, but I'm going to keep going with this reading, okay? We have for you nope. Yep. Okay. So we have for you, what is this? The Empress. I really wish I could show these cards in the fullest. This deck is beautiful. The artistry. The artistry. Judgment. The Priestess. Remember we talked about three and three things. The Priestess energy is being held together like pillars by the deck card and the Six of Pentacles. Sorry. Out of frame. There you go. So it's like this. I'm hearing you can't have one without the other. There's a very strong 3 energy with you, pal. 2. To the point where I want to pull my goddess pennant, where you have the my brain goes blank when I channel. I swear to God, I know these things. The maiden, the crone, and the mother. Oof, the energy is so strong, pal. Too. Your energy, your superpower, pal. 2 is your sexual superpower is your empathy and the way you draw people in to connect with you on a mental level. And you might not think that's a sexual superpower, but imagine sleeping with someone and it's like every time you think, I wish they touched me here, or I wish they licked me there, or I wish they did this to me, and they're doing it. Like the moment you think about it. And imagine sleeping with someone and it's not just the body that they're caressing, but also your mind. And imagine sleeping with someone who lures you in just by looking at you. That's you. That's why we have 3. You caress their mind, their body, and their soul all at the same time. You're so powerful as an empath, pal, too, that you can anticipate their moves. Let me correct myself. You can anticipate what they want your moves to be without them asking. Interesting enough, you don't like to be the dominant, you like to be submissive. So even though you can anticipate what they want from you, because of that, you wish that you were on the receiving end of that same energy. So when you find somebody that does that, you're like, wow. I just heard Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson, wow. This feels more like a personal reading, pal, too. Like I'm just talking to one person than than the collective. And that's how you are. Like when someone connects with you, they feel like they connect to you on a cellular level. That's why people who you just want to keep in a friend zone wants to be more, because it's like you it's hard to not be attracted to someone that just gets you, all parts of you. And you do that, mind, body, and soul. But I keep hearing like I wish someone could do that for me. But there is someone that does that for you. You're just ignoring that person, pal, too. This is reminding me of my Aquarius readings because every time I do an Aquarius reading, I'm always picking up this energy of stubbornness because there's someone that they know they could be with or should be with, but they settle for what is more acceptable to whatever not standard, but not social standard, but like whatever rule that they decided when they were a child that they must uphold. If you looked outside of your box, that was all that to say, if you look outside of your box, pile number 2, there is someone in your circle right now that is your mind, body, and soul, that will give you what you are trying to receive, what you give and what you want to receive. And I feel like you might have slept with that person already. There's a lot of like someone misses you and you misses someone. That's another one of your sexual superpowers, pile number 2. Your people miss you. When you're not in their life, it's like someone being it's like somebody constantly being charged, their cell phone being charged, and then all of a sudden someone pulls the plug, but they don't realize that they pull the plug, and next thing you know, their phone is at 1% and they're looking for the charger. Like, where's my charger? Where's my charger? Where's my charger? Where's my charger? You know? And it's because they never had to look for the charger before that they don't know where it is now. I could just hang out in your energy, pal, too. It's just this like, it's like this cool friendship energy. Like good vibes, good times. All right, we're going to move on to Oracle. You have a strong spiritual collective. I thought Pal 1 spiritual collective was strong, but boy, Pal 2. It's like turning into a competition. Who have the bigger spiritual collective team? I don't know. We have confinement, we have trap. Daydream. Gift. This was in Pile 1. Completely different energy. Ooh. And that again. When people see the deck card and they're not familiar with tarot, they panic. That is change. The ending of one chapter, the beginning of another. The fact that it came up twice in your reading is telling me that the chapter that you're in is ending or has already ended, and either you have not acknowledged it or you're not ready for it. You're stuck in some kind of energy. I would not be surprised if you're in a relationship that is not serving you. You feel confined and you daydream about being either single or with somebody else. This person, I feel like whoever this represents for you is who you want to go to. Male or female. It's more about the energy that Marilyn is exuding in this picture, like sweet, innocent, like quietly seductive. You want to secretive, like you want to know what they're thinking about. Are they thinking about you? The fact that she's looking down the flower is giving this energy of they enjoy the simple stuff. They're not materialistic. I would not be surprised, Pal 2, if you follow my Aquarius readings. I'm picking up the same vibe of um not being with the person you want to be with because of your own confinement, of your own rules that you set up for yourself. To the person that's watching this reading, they're seeing the deck card, and I spoke to you prior to about you being in love and um, that whole speech I gave. Well, not speech, it was a direct channeling. And you're seeing the deck card, and you're thinking to yourself, that's it. That's what I need to see. You're looking at this card in the wrong way. is not the literal sense. I promise you that. It's the ending of one chapter to open up a new. Matter of fact, let's see what that new would be. Because think about it. This is one chapter right here, right? Page 1. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. All right, chapter 2. I don't know what they just said, but they talking to you. Triumph. Come on. Ending in one cycle, beginning of a new. Don't give up. You saw me do that. Okay? It's a continuation. I promise you that. All right, moving on to the story dice and the charm cards as well. I know you're interested in getting a tarot reading from me. I can feel it. You're welcome to do that by joining the community at patreon.com. But I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a tarot reader and I'm a good listener, but I'm not a professional. Okay? And I think a professional, speaking from someone who's been there, done that, and is continuing to do that, a professional in the mental health field is the best course of action. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Don't know why I'm talking like that. Pile number 2. just that. Okay. We have butterfly escaping the net today in alien abduction. I hope that's not literal alien abduction. Well, I mean, Earth kind of sucked the last few years, so maybe an alien abduction wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. I guess it depends on the alien. All right, moving forward. So there's this escapism going on with you, PAL 2, which we already talked about. For some of you, you're self-medicating. Stop it, but it's easy to say for me to say stop it, and you know, it's up to you to do so. I don't know who you are. I don't know your story, so I understand that just me saying it doesn't mean anything to you, but you're being guided to seek healthier ways to handle the strong emotions that comes to you. And you want to know something, pal, too? Even though this is, we talked about briefly about how one of your superpowers is empathy and how it kind of branches off into the 3 tiers. You need to learn about psychics and empaths because you're picking up a lot of other people's emotions and you think it's yours and it's not. Again, I'm not a therapist, seek professional help, but I have a feeling the person that I've been picking up in this reading that's been experiencing a lot of turmoil in their life, I have a feeling it's because you're a empath and you don't have any strong boundaries, spiritual, psychic boundaries in place, and people are projecting that energy onto you, and you're taking it as your own without realizing it. And again, been there, done that. One thing I said to myself that works, and this is a visualization, and everybody's watching who can do this, is cocoon of love, wall of fire. So I imagine myself enveloped in the aura of love. That's going to be different for you. You know, it's going to be a different color. It's going to be a different visualization. And then within that love, outside of it, is this wall of fire that's impenetrable, meaning that anything negative can't go through it. So you're surrounded by love and you're protected by fire. So that's something you could kind of say to yourself For those who are an empath and you're beginning your journey, that's one thing out of so many things that you could do to help you stay focused and stop picking up this projection from other people. Because when you're open the way I'm feeling you're open, and people are projecting their negative energy to you, you pick it up, kind of like walking barefoot on a sandy beach, and you go home and you empty out your pockets, they're set in your pockets, you empty out your bag, they're set in your bag, they're set in your hair. You're like, how does sand even get into those crevices? You know what I'm talking about? Those crevices, like there's sand everywhere. And that's what it is like to be an impact, unprotected. You're just picking up sand. And you need to protect yourself, okay? Today. You need to protect yourself today. Going back to this, to these two dice, you're only getting two that I'm picking up for you. The alien abduction, you want to go somewhere. Go on a trip. It's not a bad idea. I feel like you literally let a butterfly away. There's a butterfly garden that maybe you could start. So random, but start a butterfly garden. How to literally start a butterfly garden, but also a community of people that cares about you as well. All right, pal two, you're interesting. I mean, your reading has been very, very, very interesting. Again, I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form. Please seek professional medical, mental help. Okay? Even if you need to vent to somebody. I am a tarot reader. I could do a tarot reading for you, and that's the extent of it. All right? So you need to find someone in the professional realm that can help you. All right. And I do love you, pal, too. Moving on to pal number stress. I'm so corny. All right. Pal number 3. Thank you for joining us. This is your reading on your superpowers. I'm going to go ahead and spread these out. And then we're going to go into your guardians for your reading. So pile number 1 had a strong spiritual collective. Pile number 2 had an even stronger spiritual collective. Ooh, you saw that? You probably didn't. But half of this wanted to fall out. What I was going to say is, let's see if pile number 3 has the strongest spiritual collective of them all. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. All right. Let's see who's watching. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Pile 3. Wow. Okay. Your spiritual collective is taking this competition, this very fake competition, very seriously, because I just felt like everybody just showed up. Whoa. Okay. Gang, gang. Oh my God. All right, pile 3. I'm gonna call it. You won. You won. I'm looking at this planet. You got Starseed family that showed up as well. Yeah, pile 3. Ooh, you're a strong group. Nundi, Shroot, Gang Gang Sarah, Resistance, Gang Gang Sarah. And also Gang Gang, like your spiritual collective, boy. Oshan, Fearless Love. The first 2 readings I read the Guardian cards, it felt like your guardians are part of this reading. Your spiritual, your super, let me back up a little bit. Your sexual superpower is your spirituality. Off the bat, I'm already picking that up. Your psychic ability is your it's it's the sauce. It's the sauce. It's the sauce that makes all this happen. All right. We have here. Oh, before I continue, we're gonna do your tarot, and then we're gonna pull some oracle cards for you, and then we're gonna get into some story dice and charms if they show up. All right. So we have the Emperor. I'm hearing King Arthur. King Arthur, the story of King Arthur, which the who's the lady that he was in love with, but she was in love with the king, the knight Lancelot. She was in love with Lancelot. Late was it Lady? I want to say Lady Madeline, but I feel like I'm just saying Lady Madeline because of the tarot reader. So I'm not sure. But now I'm seeing Kevin Costner, and now I'm seeing The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston. We have Strength, and we have the Six of Cups. Okay, pile 3. It's like I'm being hit by snowballs. Like it's like message after message after message after message. I'm trying to keep up with it. First off, I don't know if this would be considered a superpower. This feels more like your your nemesis. Your nemesis is the fact that you keep getting to third party situations. And the reason why is because you know what you want. And if that person just so happens to be in a relationship with somebody else, I mean, not your fault. You know, you want what you want. That's your strength. You love hard. Your superpower is you love hard. And you give. I'm talking about in the bedroom. You love hard and you give. Like you are a strong receiver. You make people that's in the bedroom with you feel like they're the best thing that you ever had. Whether they are or not, it doesn't matter. In those moments, you make them feel like they are. And I'm saying they because I'm also picking up a threesome energy. So a third party energy, a threesome energy, a multiple partners at the same time energy, literally at the same time, in juggling partners at different partners as well. You know what you want. To the point, pal 3, that you are okay with being outwardly single because in your mind you are in a committed relationship with the person that you selected. And I mean that word for word. The person you selected. You picked this person, and that person is going to be your person until you die on this lifetime, the life cycle. And you may or might not decide to pick them up again in the next life cycle. It's up to you. Pile 3, you may get tired of them, you may not. They may be your soulmate, you may be your twin flame. Even so, you may decide that, again, remember I said that you're single until you're with that person, because in your mind you're with that person. You may decide in your next lifetime, I can't be in the same life with this person and experience other relationships. So I need to make sure my next lifetime is not, we're going to call them Adam, like Adam and Eve, is not with Adam. So, because if Adam is in the next lifetime with me, I'm just going to want Adam all over again. So that's what I mean when I say you may choose not to have that person in your next lifetime. And again, it's your choice. It's not Adam's choice. It's your choice. Poor Adam is just along for the ride because your superpower, pal number 3, is once you select someone, it's almost as if you put I'm going to be careful with my word. It's almost as if you put a spell on them. A love spell. You did not. But you're so alluring that once you, again, spiritual, psychic, strong, powerful psychic energy here. Once you choose your person, whether they're in a third party situation or if they're one of multiple partners, doesn't matter. But let's say it's this person right here, right? And Marilyn shows Adam. Switch the genders around as it fits your storyline. You're Marilyn, here's Adam. Once you decide to hold on to Adam, it doesn't matter if you date Mark, Jacob, Shantae, Stacy, Andrea, it does not matter. Because at the end of the day, you know you're going to be with Adam. Because you selected Adam. And Adam has no choice but to be yours. And if you are not juggling different partners and you're outwardly single, but you're mentally in a relationship with Adam, and not in a psychotic way, by the way. This is not a stalker energy. This is just someone, like I said, you pick your person, and that's going to be your person. Eventually, Adam is going to cave. Adam is dating Sandra and Stacy or whoever. I don't remember who I said, right? And it doesn't matter because, yeah, okay, Adam, go ahead, have your relationships, be in your third party situation. So when you're done, I'm here. And not in like, you're not waiting for him or her. You're not waiting. It's not like sitting in the corner knitting and feeding your cats. You're out and about, right? Like you can't imagine Marilyn Monroe waiting on a man, you know? But you can imagine her being so in love with a man because she decided he's the one. My mind is going to Arthur Miller right now, actually, because that was her one. She was with other guys, but that was her one, you know. And this guy or girl, your Adam, in some strange way, is your sexual superpower. What I cannot show you in this card, right, is she's holding on for dear life. That's not a tree. That is not a tree. That is yeah, and she is yeah, and yeah, and it's the straight card because she is she is handling her business on what is not shoulder. It is her shoulder. I'm like Snicker bar. Thinking like a Snicker bar. She's handling that Snicker bar and she's not letting go. Like she's gripping it. And she's not letting go. I'm telling you, that is your sexual superpower. Not to mention in the bedroom, um giving oral presentations are your superpower. A stream superpower. Like I just heard you could charge for that superpower. So congratulations, pal 3. You could go out and make some money if you chose to on your oral presentations as a public speaker. So you love hard. You love hard in the bedroom, meaning that you give your all to the point where you're more concerned about the other person crossing the finish line than you. And that turns you more than anything else. You're a very selfless lover. Another thing of your superpower is you're very unorthodox. So I mentioned before about multiple partners inside the bedroom, like at the same time, if you get my drift. I'm also, you would not have a problem with having aliens in your bedroom. Like, seriously, you would not have that problem. Like, you would, because you look inward, and that's what makes someone physically attracted to you. It's not their physical. So, for you, their spiritual essence, that allure comes through in the physical. Like you see them differently from other people. And that's what turns you on to them. Just has, I'm trying to fight the hiccups. um, if we had a crystal ball, PAL 3, you would be able to see how many people are attracted to you because you don't believe it. Look at all the people on the board that are attracted to you. And look how you're like dead center. That's why we have the Emperor in the reverse. Because you, and Two of Cups in reverse, because you're not, I'm sorry, Six of Cups in reverse, because you're not acknowledging how attractive you are. Pal 1, which is an interesting reading because I mentioned that their superpower is they naturally attract people to them, but they repel people away. You naturally, and they know they're attracting people. You naturally attract people to you, and you have no clue whatsoever. You don't think you're unattractive. You just don't realize the magnitude of how attractive you are. Like it exudes from you. It's not a physical level. The same way I was saying that someone's spirituality and personality is what makes them attracted to you. Like you see them for who they are. Your sexual superpower is because your light is so strong that regardless of how you look physically, it exudes out, it attracts people to you. So people might not be attracted to your body type. Maybe they prefer skinnier girls and you're curvier. Maybe they prefer curvier girls and you're skinnier. Maybe they like tall dudes and you're shorter. Maybe you're bald and they prefer guys with long hair. Whatever. You are you might be the opposite of what someone is physically attracted to, and they're attracted to you and they can't figure out why. You may have heard, I'm not usually attracted to XYZ. I'm not usually attracted to curvier girls. I'm not usually attracted to guys who have beards. I'm not usually attracted to shorter guys. I'm not usually attracted to slim girls. Like whatever. It's because without realizing it, they see you. They see your sexual power. It exudes out of you. Like bing, 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 bing. I just saw like lasers shooting out of Marilyn. I'm holding this up like you can see the lasers shooting out of Marilyn. Um, but I need an editor because if I had an editor, they would make that happen. But you exude that out. That's an amazing superpower. But the same way, how number one wish they could turn it off, it has gotten you in trouble as well. Pile 3. Meaning people that you wish weren't attracted to you are attracted to you. People, it's different type of people from pile 1. Pile 1 are just more like wish they could turn it down so it kind of can feel like a slow trickle. I gave the example of going to a club and telling people like, no, I'm out with my girls. I'm not trying to talk to any guy tonight. With you, it attracts the wrong spiritual types. The type of people you wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with. Because your light is so bright, it's like a beacon. And unfortunately, people who are starving for light are the ones that come looking for you. I'm sorry, Pal 3, for the experiences that you've had in the past. That being said, Pal 3, I'm going to tell you what I told Pal 1. There's a balance. Don't completely turn off that your sexual powers because it draws people in that you don't want drawn in. There needs to be a balance between the two, and you can, I think for some of you this feels more like an older version of Pound One. Like I've been there, I've done that, and I'm more mature energy. Like you're more in control of your sexual prowess, your sexual psychic prowess will be a better terminology. Like you whether you consciously or unconsciously know it, you've learned how to dial it down and dial it up. But at the same time, you might leave it off without realizing it. Meaning, there's going to be people that you would be attracted to, that are attracted to you, and neither one of you are going to make that connection when you cross paths because you turn off your hey, come here signals. So just be mindful of that, pal number 3. Moving on to your oracle. I'm here at Three's Company, the theme song. Like, come and knock on my door. It's a third party energy. It's strong in this pal. Ooh wee. I don't know what to tell you. Pal 3, I don't know what to tell you. That person that's on your mind, Adam, they don't deserve you. I'll be honest with you, Pal 3. They don't deserve you. And for somebody, it is a twin flame connection. But even on a twin flame, they don't deserve you. Like they're not ready for you. I wrote a post about that, like on my community posts, where I said, what did I say? I don't remember. It had to do with like the person that you're thinking about is not ready, and they may never be ready on for you on your level. Like they're not in a spiritual space, vibrational. Like you're way up here and they're way down here, and you can't keep bringing yourself down to their level. Your spiritual collective won't allow it anymore. So either they need to come up to your level, or I guess I'll see you next lifetime, you know. So, but at the same time, you want Adam, and you could be married for 20 years. You're gonna still want Adam. What are you gonna do? All right, let's see what we got for Pal 3. Evidence. Ooh. Friendship. What I told you about third party situation. Memory. Soulmate energy. Twin flame energy. Old friend memory. Um, Adam. Adam could be a boy or girl. Remember, I'm just using the word. Um, and the reason why I picked Adam was because of Adam and Eve, like the first man. You know, like they're your first. Like you don't want anybody else. Um, This is someone you've known for a long time. They are gathering evidence. It's like they're doing this. They're gathering evidence, but acting like they don't care. Meanwhile, when no one's around, they're putting all that evidence into their collage, and then they gather evidence again, and they keep the cycle going. So Adam cares about you just as much as, or if not more, than you care for them. The difference is that they don't acknowledge it publicly, one. And two, they don't even acknowledge it to themselves. Because if they acknowledge it to themselves, this would not even be a conversation right now. Y'all be married on your honeymoon. Adam's not ready for you. Pile 3, they're too busy playing the fool. And they're trying to prove that you are not who you are. You can't be as wonderful as you are. You can't be as magical. You can't be as powerful. You cannot be as wonderful, as loving, as giving. So it's like they keep you in the friend zone, and they keep gathering evidence to prove you're not who you are. And all that's doing is proving who you are. Yo, are you sure you want them? Pile 3? I don't know. I don't know about this catch. They're a handful. And all it's doing, right, as they're gathering evidence while keeping you in the friend zone, is proving to themselves how much they love you. So the more they're trying to prove to themselves they don't love you and you're not who you are, the beautiful being that you are, it just proves, it makes them love you even more. And that causes eternal conflict within themselves. And then they do it all over again. The definition of insanity is your person, Pal 3. You know that that clip from that was it Steve something show? Uh, that's your look at him, look at him. That's your man. That's my man. I'm gonna stay by him. Your spiritual collective is like, look at him, and you're like, that's my man. I'm gonna stay by him. They're like, oh my god, why? And it's because you see um, this person for who they really are. Unfortunately, they have not reached that level yet. And again, I don't know if they will in this lifetime. I mean, that's going to be different for everybody. This is more on a personal reading. Like, you need a personal reading to dig really into this, because this is a definite twin flame energy I'm picking up. And a definite, you need a personal reading to get into it more. All right, so let's go into the story dice. Story dice. Story dice. Story dice. What I tell you, when you catch somebody, you do not let them go. I'm sorry, I just threw Adam back into the water. Like let Adam go. All 3. Oh my god. All right. Actually, no. I have en as in the N, but also at the beginning, like the N in the beginning. I have star. Okay, so these story dice is right here. The black and white ones, they're from Doctor Who. This guy is Stavros. He is the creator of the dialects. You may, if you're not into Doctor Who, you've probably seen the dialects, because they go exterminate, exterminate. He created that. So we have and then we have exterminate. And it looks like this guy is like running. And someone dropped the ball. What is this? Ooh. Adam has an Eve, and Eve does not like you. There, Adam's Eve is saying exterminate, but you're Lilith. You're, you're the baddie in the situation. You're not going anywhere if you don't want to. And it doesn't feel like you want to. Yeah, it's his partner or her partner. Again, I'm using Adam as just a name. But Adam partner is aware of your existence. If you have an online, I don't know, like a YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Shred, X, then they're following you online, whether you know it or not. And I'm pretty sure you don't know it. You probably be surprised, like, how they even found you. Because they got some FBI skills. But they're definitely following you. Like, this person is in, like, hiding in the bushes. But somebody dropped the ball. It's not you. You're not on this board. That's what's interesting. It's about you. All this drama is about you, and you're not represented on this board at all. It's outside of you. So technically, okay, yeah. You're interested in somebody that's in a relationship with somebody else. Okay. But it does not feel like you're out of bounds. It feels like it just so happened that you picked somebody who just so happened to be in a relationship with somebody else, and that's not your fault. It's not your fault. You just, they apparently didn't know that you were coming, and they got into a relationship before you got to them. You know, they should have been more psychic. If they were more psychic, they would have known to wait for you. How is that your fault? I'm kind of agreeing with you, Pile 3. It's like, I'm seeing your point of view. It's not your fault. And it's so interesting. All this drama that's happening in this person's household, or online drama, or school, or whatever, work, whatever drama this situation is, right? That is 100% about you, has zero effect on your life. You are going about your life carefree, not worried about it. Your spiritual collective is so strong. Remember, we were having that friendly competition of like who has the strongest, or which spiritual collective is going to come through the strongest. Your spiritual collective is so strong that they're protecting you from all of this. You don't see it. You're like John Cena. like I don't see this. Like it has everything to do with you and nothing to do with you. To the point that if you were like eavesdropping, you still would not believe in this drama. They could say your name every 5 seconds and you still would not believe it. Because you don't feel, how can I put this? It's not conceited. Like, it's not because you feel like you're above it all. Right? And it's not this energy. It's not like a Cardi B energy, where it's like I'm the bad bitch and I could do whatever and be with whoever, and y'all, it's not like that. It's like you literally don't see it and you don't believe it because you are just here. And I don't just think in this situation, I think in general, when drama happens around you and it's about you, you're still like, what did I do? Whether you know for a fact you did something wrong or not, you're like, I don't know. How did we get here? But in this case, it's definitely, it's such, I don't even know how to explain this, Pal 3. This is of your making. And also, it has nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with you. You're outside sipping on a milkshake, and they're having this big argument inside the house, and you're sitting poolside. And every once in a while, you hear somebody raise their voice, and you lift up your sunglasses and turn your head. You're like, "What's going on?" And you're like, I'll just keep drinking my drink and sitting by the poolside. Stay in that energy, because the moment you get into this drama, that magical superpower that we talked about is gonna go. Because you're continuing on the theme of this reading. Your superpower is also the ability to mind your own business. You're very good at it. You I don't know what else to say, Pal 3. I'm in awe of you. How about that? All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you can please subscribe, like, share, do all the YouTube things to help this channel grow, and join a community, because I'm trying to build a community on YouTube. So I very much like you to subscribe so you can get notifications about the community posts, because I post on my community posts all the time. And I will okay, and I would like you to interact with me there. And also, I'm on Patreon. Links in the description, and you could join that community as well. Thank you so much for watching Magical Butterfly Spirit. Until next time, bye bye.